Welcome back to another episode of your Digital News. I'm Wade Teamer. Tezos is getting ready to launch a new investment platform with the help of Enabler, a company that will take us to Saudi Arabia. Now, if you know, you know, there's a lot of money in Saudi Arabia. So the fact that Tezos is developing an investment platform in that market would explain why we're now sitting at $7. But getting into the story, guys, Enabler is developing an investment platform on the Tezos blockchain. It states that Enabler is a fintech startup company based in Bahrain, a kingdom between Qatar and Saudi Arabia. Enabler is working with the Central Bank of Bahrain to build their platform through the central bank's regulatory sandbox program. The platform will allow investors to buy fractions of traditionally high invest assets, where traditionally an investment of 200,000 was required as the minimum. The Enabler platform will allow investors to buy fractions of these types of assets, allowing investments of 1,000 or less instead. Now, this is massive. Let me tell you what this actually is. Are you familiar with Public? Okay. It's a platform that's here in the United States. They're global too, but they're based here in the United States. And what they do, what they have done, is essentially created the social networking version of Robinhood. Okay. Where, much like in what Enabler is doing, it'll allow you to purchase fractional shares of traditional stocks. Some of these stocks would usually require paper certificates, high-end accounts, things of that nature. But with Public, you can now invest in these stocks socially and share it with other investors worldwide. It looks a lot like Twitter. But that same system, and I'm going to tell you, it catches on. That same investment, that same type of investment platform is now coming to Tezos. Now, let's continue because it gets better. Faraz Ahmadjad, co-founder of Enabler, hints at tokenization, where traditional assets are split up in smaller chunks of assets in the form of tokens and will be stored on the blockchain. It states that Enabler aims to lead innovation in the growing wealth management segment in the MENASA, Middle East, North African, South Asian region by providing fractional ownership for secondary market traded bonds and sukuk issues by high-grade issuers in more affordable chunks. Now, this is when it gets even more interesting. The sukuk and bonds, okay? The Enabler platform will be issuing tokenized sukuk. A sukuk is an Islamic financial certificate similar to a bond in Western finance that complies with Islamic religious law, commonly known as Sharia. Tezos has been reviewed last year and received a Sharia compliant certificate. The review board has reviewed Tezos blockchain governance mechanism proof of stake and formally verification techniques and issued the Sharia certificate marking the platform's compliance with the principles. So, let me break that down to you. Essentially, guys, Tezos, this investment platform built on Tezos will allow people in that market to invest in the equivalent of corporate bonds. Okay? Corporate bonds. So, not only is this an example of the legacy system transitioning over to the new system, this is another example of tokenization, of user monetization, the uh, leveling of the playing field, if you will, when it comes to this new monetary system. Now, when can we look forward to seeing this? Q2 of next year. Enabler aims to launch the platform in Q2 of 2022. Usman Atta, Enabler's head of regulatory affairs and compliance, said, subject to successful testing, we plan to exit the sandbox by early next year and commercially launch our operations by Q2 of 2022. And we are delighted to work with the Central Bank of Bahrain on these innovative solutions. They're working directly with the central banks. Tezos is working directly with the central bank over there, guys. Look out for Q2 of 2022. Now, just like we always do, guys, before we get out of here, let's take a look at the charts, see how Tezos is performing. The weekly, I'm still positive, guys. I don't think that this run is going to be over. Like I said in this morning's episode, the markets are just shaky right now, and we have to let things play out the way they're going to play out. On the daily, it's going to be kind of rough, but we're going to probably come back down to this $6, maybe $5.90. But still, we just saw the type of development that Tezos is bringing. Okay. This enabler is working with a central bank to develop an investment platform for bond issuance on Tezos. That's where we're going to end this episode, guys. Of course, if you found value in it, make sure you hit that like button and, of course, subscribe. If you want to get in contact with me directly, links will be down in the description for your convenience. And as always, have a great weekend. Have a prosperous weekend. Most importantly, make that money. I'll see y'all next time.